ask Barbara Castrejon from 7th grade.
She's absent.
She's absent. Okay, but it doesn't matter. I will pose a question and answer to you because I think that it's a little bit of a break to you to have to listen to what the UN does. She asked, which is your best memory or best moment working in the United Nations? As I was telling you, I've been going to different conferences, and sometimes they ask us for other needs. I've been asked by a peacekeeping operation to help a country to become independent. I don't know if you ever heard about East Timor. In Spanish, it's called Timor Oriental. It's located in Southeast Asia, and this is a country that has seen civil conflict for many years, and they became independent in the year 2002, the same year that I met Roberto. Some month after I was in Monterrey, I'm called by DPKO, which is the Department of Peacekeeping Operations, that they need somebody to help them to organize the Independence Day celebrations of East Timor. So to me, one of my best memories of working for the UN is to bring my little grano de arena, as we say in Argentina, to this situation, to help these people achieve independence. It was not just independence, it took many years to reach to that point. A lot of lives were lost, unfortunately, both on the part of the locals as well as peacekeepers. The UN administered the territory for 3 years, and they set the grounds for elections. The overwhelming majority of the East Timorese elected to be either they were choosing to stay part of Indonesia or to become independent, and they voted 99% to become part of an independent state. And I was there organizing that in a huge stadium, and the president was there. The Secretary General at that time was called Kofi Annan from Ghana, and the country raised their flag and became an independent nation only 11 years ago. And to me, that was a very moving moment because I was able to go around the country. It's very poor. You can see kids without clothes running around in the downtown of the capital of East Timor called Dili. And I hear from a lot of colleagues that are still in East Timor that is not happening anymore. You don't see kids naked in the streets anymore. They were granted access to the basic rights. We call them the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, and these are 8 of them. The MDGs, as we call them, it's a policy that the UN created for the year 2015, which is to improve human rights, give universal access to clean water, ensuring food security, have extreme poverty, promote sustainable development practices, provide education for children, access to health services, and a provision to a right to employment. Obviously, you have 193 countries. We have a huge chart. I have a chart in the office. So we have all these colors, and we are, and the Department of the UN is monitoring the implementation of all these items. Those that are in red are not fulfilling the MDGs that have to be fulfilled in 2 years' time. But most countries we are achieving that for most countries. And now the UN is trying to bring up the objective to a higher notch to those that already reached the 2015 MDGs, which is to bring an end to extreme poverty by the year 2030, 2030. And that is those persons living with less than $1.25 a day. So the idea for the UN is to end extreme poverty by 2030. And also, the UN is trying to reduce income inequality. That unfortunately there was no political will in the year 2000 when the MDGs were established. And that's a problem in Mexico, in Brazil, in Latin America, in Argentina, it's happening as well, which is we're ending poverty, but we are creating a wider gap between the rich and the poor. So the idea is to include this in the agenda in the next 2 years, in the agenda for the year 2050. Okay, that was the question from Barbara. I hope that she feels better. And I have another question from Montserrat Hidalgo.